Hey planner friends, welcome back to Cara Jo Plans. I am Cara, and today we are going to be closing out my May budget actually about a week early because I already have all the spending tracked, so I want to close it out so I can get started setting up my June budget, which will start on June 8th because that's when my first paycheck for June is. So we're going to get this one closed out, and I've already entered all my expenses and categorize them by highlighting them for the month and for all the extra bills going out. So we're going to head over to the Where Did My Money Go page from the Budget Mom, and we're going to go through our budget categories with the actual numbers after what I estimated. And we need to do this top with the starting balance. So our starting balance was $1309.09. And I have to double check. This number should be 7274.64. And let me double check the other number there. So the actual incoming income should have been 596555. Okay. So for food, I did really well this month. I had actually budgeted $325 and I only spent $245.88. So food came in under budget by $79.12. Fuel, I had actually budgeted $125. I only spent $59.55, so I only filled up twice this month. And gas prices are really low, so that one came in under budget, $65.45. For the fun money, we did not spend any this month, so that is still in my envelope. So that one came in under $40. For beauty, I spent $130 plus, how much did I put in my cash envelope? Because I know I didn't spend that either. Yeah, so this should have been budgeted $155. And I came in under, I didn't spend that much though. Crud. So I left this stuff in my envelope. Okay, so I spent $65 and $65, which would be $130. So the other money is still in my envelope, so that should be under by $47.06 because my Planet Fitness was $22.06 and that didn't get debited because the gyms are still closed and I didn't spend the $25 in my envelope. Okay, square on that one. Household, we had budgeted $1291.48. We ended up spending $1298.90. So we're going to get the red pen out on this one. And that one was over by $7.42. And if you remember, I went to Lowe's and got some stuff to fix a gate and it came out to $37.42. So the $7.42 was what was over because I had $30 in my household envelope. So that's where that came from. And then the allowance, there were 3 pay periods. So I budgeted $60 and we spent $60. Utilities, we had budgeted $799.03. They actually came out to $791.81, which was under by $722. Debt, I had expected to pay $19.90.50 towards my debt. I was actually able to put, ready for this, $36.51.30 towards debt. So I was able to put an extra $1,660.80 towards debt. So this red number here, not a bad thing. I was able to have enough extra that I threw that much more at debt this month because there were 3 paychecks. That's the only reason that it was so huge this month, but I did a great job saving in other places to allow me to get to that much. So that was really exciting. Sinking funds, we ended up putting $674.92 in there because I used some sinking funds on some other household stuff, and that is over by $128.92. You'll see that I put sinking funds. I'm not sure if I'm tracking sinking funds right, but this is how I did it in my mind. So this is what happened. I went to Home Depot and I got some more stuff for my fence and some sand for the yard and stuff, and spent $128.92 out of my bank account. So I took $128.92 from my sinking funds and put it into my bank account to balance that out. So I think I probably tracked this wrong, but yeah. So I don't know if I know how to actually spend from sinking funds. Like, I know how to do it on my sinking funds tracker to know what's left in my sinking funds, but to account for it on here, I guess I plan to put $546 into sinking funds. And I did put $546 into sinking funds, but then I also pulled this out. So this number's wrong. I'm going to put a star next to this. I didn't do sinking funds right. So that one's a confusing one for me. So whatevs. All right. And I did not put anything into savings. Anything extra I had this month went into debt. So that's there. And let's figure out our percentages. So we take, and then I have leftover in my account too that I have to add in. So the monthly spent divided by the total income, and that equals about 3%. And that equals less than 1%. And that's nothing. And this one is about 2%. This one is 18% on household. Less than 1% on allowance. %, on utilities. 50% on debt. That is so exciting that I was able to put that much towards debt. And then about 9% went to my sinking funds. Okay, so from here, I should be able to calculate my remaining balance, which should match up to the last number on my tracker here. So I should still have $1431.93 in my account. So I'm going to jot that down here. $31.93. Okay. And I don't have my comparison chart, do I? Hang on tight, guys. I am missing one page. Okay, so I'm back. So I decided not to print out the monthly comparison sheet because I don't feel like this is going to be a fair comparison at all. Because this one was 2 paychecks and this one was 3 paychecks. So this one was actually a 6-week period where this one was a 4-week period. But we can go through the numbers real quick. So in April, I spent $133.97 on food. May, $245. Fuel went from $24 to about $60. Beauty was $65, and beauty, this one was $130. That's because there were 2 of those memberships pulled out. Household, I calculated $24.36 because there wasn't any house payment or anything on that one. There was 2 house payments on this one. So I went from $24 last month to $1,298 this month. And that's because of the way I did my budget by paycheck rather than a monthly budget. So that's where things are getting messy for me, is where I'm closing out months, but I'm still budgeting by paycheck. So these comparison sheets aren't going to be as accurate for me unless I'm looking at strictly percentages. So if you look at the food percentages, 3.4% of my budget was spent on food in April. 3% of my budget was spent on food in May as a percentage of the total income. So you can see it went up, but as a percentage, it was still the same, which means I'm pretty much on track. So then utilities, obviously they were $446 last time. They are $79.91 this time, but they are 11% here and 11.4% here. So they're about the same. Last month, debt was 34% of my income. I bumped that up to 50%, which was awesome. And then I didn't track sinking funds on my April budget because I wasn't doing sinking funds at that point. I didn't really know where we were, so I wasn't contributing to my sinking funds in April. I just restarted that in May, and 9% of my budget went to that. Whereas in April, I was trying to be more conservative and I put $300 in savings, which was about 7 or 8% of my budget. So whereas I was putting this in savings, now I'm restarting my sinking funds at about the same rate. So that's where we are. So I'm closing out the budget this month with, let me just rewrite this. This looks so sloppy. $1431.93 left in my account, which is higher than I anticipated because we ended up getting, and that's why my income is so high, I ended up getting a refund on my son's preschool. Since they were closed from March to May, they refunded us a portion of the preschool tuition, which was $650. So add in the fact that this is 3 paycheck periods plus a preschool refund, this budget is kind of a mess and not really representative of real life at all. So I have more carrying over than I was planning on because that check just came and I wasn't anticipating it. So when I start out June, we're going to have a clearer picture of where we're going from here. And eventually I will get to start my new job. It's looking like within the next few weeks, I should be able to do that as soon as my temporary license gets processed. So I expect my budgets to get a little more settled and a little more consistent come June. So thanks for sticking with me, guys, and thanks for tagging along. If you catch any mistakes or don't understand something, chances are I might not understand it too. Please don't ask me about the sinking funds because I know I did this wrong. So If you haven't already, please click that subscribe button and ring that bell so you can know when my next videos are coming up, and you can keep updated on my budget and my planning life and all the craziness that is me. So make sure you like and have a great day. Bye.